So I will have a short video for you guys. Okay. Please watch the video for more information.
Sorry, I can't see anything. I can't hear anything.
Sorry?
There's no sounds. There's no sounds on the
sound?
video.
You guys can't hear anything?
No.
Yeah. Yes,
No.
we can't.
Can't hear anything. You can see the video, but can't hear.
Oh. Anyone can hear the video?
No.
No?
I can hear video.
I hear nothing.
Oh,
I can hear anything.
okay. So, sorry. Let me check it.
Check the sound as well.
I checked the sounds already.
It works today, didn't it?
Yeah. Can you hear it already? Anybody?
No.
No, not
Can't
really.
hear.
Just a picture only.
Oh. Sharing the sound.
If you don't have the sound, then
I'm sharing the sound already. Okay, maybe I will share it on the YouTube. Just give me a moment.
can you share it?
Yeah, maybe I will share it on YouTube. Just give me a moment. Sorry about that. Okay.
I actually forgot to record earlier.
Okay. Sorry, guys. This one.
Yeah, it's the me and the we. It's like the opposite writing, isn't it? So when we look at it, I thought we would question quite a bit as well.
Okay, so it should be working now. Is it okay, everyone?
No, I still
No,
can't.
can't hear.
No sounds.
Maybe in
So
the setting.
So when do you
check your
start
technical
sharing
issue.
screen? So there are two buttons on the bottom.
Yeah.
So say share audio and share video. So you should
Yeah.
click both.
Yeah, I clicked both already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I clicked both already.
Work
So, but
today when Shum tested with me.
and it's working. So it should be okay.
You can talk about that.
Yeah, so actually me, so sorry about that, guys, but it's okay. So actually me and we culture is actually is the difference between the Western and Eastern cultures. Yeah. So so now because I'm Vietnamese, and then so just give me a moment. I will back to our screen. Okay. So
You can
so
send me the link here to the chat box, and I can play it for you later on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I send you on the chat box. Okay.
I think probably we all have different opinion as well. So you can say your idea, and then everyone else can say theirs as well, what they understand from you and we.
Okay. So actually we are like some of like from Vietnam. So what do you think about Vietnamese culture? So in Vietnam, we are me or we cultures. What do you think? Anyone from Vietnam? Or like from China?
Vietnam.
Okay. Oh, who is it?
I am Surreal.
You guys don't need to raise hands. you can just unmute yourself and just talk.
Okay. So what I have observed in Vietnam is that they follow the we culture, because they always take everybody together and plan, organize things. Each person is a participant, and the group they follow, like, is very what you call motivating. That everybody follows and obeys the group leader, and the we culture is very much here. I have observed it.
Okay, so Kurti, you from India, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm from India.
so do you think like in Vietnam or China, like any country from Eastern, so are we culture? Do you think so?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
We are in the same culture, right? So I just want to ask, so thank you, Kurti. I just want to ask like someone else, maybe from another country, maybe in New Zealand, maybe Craig. So you're from New Zealand. Hello, Craig. Hello.
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 Yeah. Hey. What do you think about me culture? Do you think like New Zealand is me culture is different from Vietnam is we culture? What do you think?
Well, Vietnam is supposed to be a communist. America is a very I culture, but New Zealand is not like America. We're something in between, because we're very socialist. So we have government healthcare is free for everybody. So, like hospitals are free for all New Zealanders. Education is free for all New Zealanders. Whereas in the States, it's a bit different. So the States is a very I culture, but New Zealand is not quite like that.
Okay.
So more socialist.
More socialist. Okay. So you think New Zealand in something in between me and we culture, right? And then Anthony. Thank you, great. Anthony, you are so where do you from, by the way?
I come from Canada, so Canada is similar like Australia, maybe like New Zealand these days as well.
Okay. So I think actually we have like different idea, like different point of view to know about me and we cultures. Okay. So so now we're gonna be discuss the difference between Eastern and Western cultures through three aspects. So the first thing for maybe like family tradition, education, and lifestyle. So why I choose that aspects? Because I think three aspects is gonna be really easy and really like common for like everybody. So what do you think about family tradition? So what a difference between family tradition from the West to the East? What do you think? Anyone? Please say something.
I think, for example, I have been in New Zealand for 20 years, and I can see like New Zealand, it's like when I was in Vietnam with all the movies and all the materials online that we look at, we thought the culture in the Western country is totally different to the Vietnamese or like especially Vietnam or China and like in Southeast Asia as well. But when I come here, I can see like the mixture of both. Like for example, but all depends on where they're coming from. Like for example, right, when I see Maori culture, they're very much in the we culture. They're all together and they will do things as a group and community very strong, and family culture very strong. But I think and also in Western country, in Western culture, I can see both as well. One is very strong, another one very individual. Like it's me, like it's for me and my interest instead of like our interest. But yeah, so I think probably I would correct that in New Zealand it's a bit like mixture of the both in terms of families. Is that right, Craig?
Yeah, no, I agree. And countries like China that used to be very a we culture are becoming more of an I culture as well.
Absolutely.
It's like capitalism has arrived in the East, and they're
Yes.
taking some of the, the more about I want to make lots of money. Don't worry about anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Miss Nga, and thank you, Craig. I saw
Khánh
Khánh
Vân raise hand.
Yep.
Guys, I think just unmute yourself,
Mm-hmm.
go on the video, then you can just jump in at any time.
Yeah. Hi, Vân.
Hi everyone. I don't raise my hand.
Okay, but
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to speak?
Yes. Okay. In my opinion, I think that in Vietnam it is we culture because I see that many activities we often do together and spend time with family or have many decisions but have many effect from other person. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Vân. Hi, Ken. Hello, Ken. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. What do you think about the family tradition, like the difference between Eastern and Western cultures? What do you think?
Family tradition is always a very big thing for us to treasure. As a as the Easterner, I mean that the very Asians persons, I always think that is the family ties is something that each member of my family or the other people family really want to live, want to stand for it, want to live for it, because we was born in the family and we were raised and and we grow up with the other member of the family. So I am no maybe own activities and the emotion and all the emotional stuff of our life. Usually we have the presence of the family members. So I would think that is I would not say that it's much stronger, but I mean about the time and the devotion we feel for each other is very strong. And in any way we want to do, we will ask for the help from maybe our parents, our brother, sister, or even a relative who really an expert in that area. So it's been that we try to stick with our family member to build a stronger bond together.
Okay, thank you, Ken. So actually, just my opinion. Can I say more? Like, can I tell my opinion? So like, let's think a little bit like in simple way. So for example, when I've been in Vietnam, like a lot of Vietnamese here know, like when we have our family dinner, for example. So we're always sharing our like dishes, right? Like on the table dinner, we have a lot of dishes on the table. And then, we're sharing the dishes. But now when I've been in New Zealand, I think like everything is totally different because they are not sharing the food, like everyone have their own food. Like, okay, if I like hamburger, I order the hamburger for me. And then if maybe my homestay mom, she like the pizza. So like she have like her own pizza. So I think, the way we're having food for lunch and for dinner, actually it's different from me and we culture. Is it right? Just my opinion. I'm not so sure like in your family. In my family it's different. So in my family, even though we're having the sauce, like the sauce, we dip the sauce together, but it a little bit way in New Zealand, right? You guys are not like in New Zealand or or maybe in the Western countries, they are not sharing the dips. And then when I back to Vietnam, and then I told my mom, can you please, like get, everyone their, their old sauce. And then my mom said, no, why you need to do that? because like if you do that, maybe like in my family there are 5 people, you know, so everyone had their own, and then she need to watch, you know, the 5 sauces. So the 5 sauces. So and then she's like, no, are you aware, like, so you know, like for family dinner, for family meal, it's different. Yeah, in a simple way. Yeah, it's my opinion. Yeah. So what do you think about arranged marriage? Have you ever heard about arranged marriage?
Yes.
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 I think arranged marriage in Western country is a little bit weird, but in Eastern country, not in the our like in the past, you know, until now. Some, you know, in some place in Vietnam or like in our, you know, rural, there arranged marriage it still happen. So and
in India also, in India also still it happens.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it like really strong in India, or
very
like
strong?
Just really
comparatively strong? Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can say that 60 to 70% marriages are arranged marriage in India.
Really? Wow. It's huge.
Wow, is your son got an arranged marriage then?
Let's hope so. I can't talk about him because now he's an international person altogether.
Wow. You let him go to New Zealand too early. You can't.
I can't control him now. I have given him to when he was at CHS. I gave him to Craig. Now he is with Nya. Let them decide what he has to do.
It's all right. There might be some girls online who are interested.
Let's hope so.
we can sort him out.
Yeah.
It will be the first arranged marriage in New Zealand.
Let's see. Yeah, good one.
Okay.
I would be more than happy.
Yeah. Oh, it's your job, okay?
Oh, I think it's a fun topic. I think I should have, you know, prepare, you know, more about arranged marriage next time, not now. Okay, thank you very much. And then about the family tradition, let's talk about the decision making. So what is the difference between, you know, decision making in Eastern and Western country? So in my family, when I was a child, not now. Now I'm an adult already. But now when I was a child, I'm not the one who can make decision making. So the eldest people in my family who you know, can make like everything, like make the decision making like for me without like questioning me. So what do you think about that? Anyone else?
In New Zealand, the wife is the one who makes up the decision.
The strongest person takes decision, whether it is in Western or in this part of the world. The strongest person takes the decision.
That's right. The woman makes the decision and the man has to do all the building.
Well, you speak up, so I'm not wrong, right?
You are talking about your experience.
Thank you.
Chum,
yes?
I got a message here. Khoa said he's confused.
You're confused. Oh,
what
are you?
What did you like to know, Khoa?
Khoa, yeah.
I want to know what is me and we tradition.
Oh, okay. You must be late.
Yeah, he must be late.
Yeah.
Anyone can help Khoa to understand about me and we culture, what we're talking about today? Anyone?
We are just talking about inverted alphabets, me and we.
Anyone? Oh, Ngân. Hello, Ngân.
Hello.
Hello.
I was just wanting to answer the question because like in Vietnam we have that saying like cha mẹ đặt đâu con ngồi đấy. It's literally like a saying. It means wherever your parents put you, you sit there. Like wherever they place you, you sit there. Like whatever they tell you to do, you do that. And I feel like probably that is one very like strong like Vietnamese culture thing. Like it's not written in books or anything, but like we all kind of grow up listening to our parents, like we respect them and we think, okay, older people are wiser, they have more experience, that's why we listen to them. But then I feel like in recent years, it is starting to change as like with students getting access to like their internet and they can choose what they want to learn, what they want to figure out on their own. They start to like actually understand the pros and cons of things. And that's why they have a bigger saying in making decisions. Like as in my family, when I was in like 5th grade, like below that, I never make any decision on my own. But then when I start to go to like 6th grade and above, my parents allow me to make decision on my own. But I can only do that when I persuade them that why this is good and why this is bad, like things like that. So I think it's changing, but for Asian culture, at least, then we normally listen to our parents to do our decision more. But yeah, it's quite a difference. Like when I go to New Zealand and I study with like Kiwis, I find that they have like they can freely say what they want a bit more. They can actually make decision like a bit more. So yeah, I think there's a difference between like Vietnamese Asian culture and Western culture.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ngân. It's an amazing opinion, right? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I know it's, you know, I know it's a little bit like changing now, but you know, it's still really strong cultures in not only in Vietnam, but also in the Asian cultures. Yeah. So let's move on. So I know we still have lots of things to, you know, to say about like family tradition, but just move on to education. So I think that topic is going to have a lot of opinion because now we have Miss Nga here, Greg, Anthony, who's like we're working in the education industry. So what do you think about the difference between Eastern and Western culture about education? Anyone?
Are you calling on me? I have an idea that I just wrote in the chat. I don't know if one of the cultures are superior or not, but I think one problem in Vietnam, for example, that everyone, they don't make noise and they just go with the culture. But what happens if a leader has some good idea or has something to add to society, but they feel if they speak up or make noise, they would be told to sit down or to be quiet. So I think there's a little problem sometimes with the we culture, if I understand carefully and correctly, that maybe we culture, everyone does the same thing and no one is willing to step up. And I think that could be a problem. Do I understand that correctly? Yeah.
I think probably Ken, would you like to contribute to the comment from Anthony?
Actually, yeah, that's the real situation when people, I mean, individuals, in the Asian culture, they try to be nice all the time. I would say that it means that they try to be humble, they try to be passive, or they try to be, you know, try to be silent. Those are the way to show respect, maybe to the other people or to the senior one, like in the family or at work. So I don't think that is a good way, especially for me, to tell them or to maybe, you know, improve everything, you know, that we want to do in, you know, in any context. So to me, yeah, it's a very big question, how to landing me in we culture, how to shine yourself, how to make your authentic self really shine and become, you know, very valuable in the team or in any community that you are live in. So that's really a big question, and we need a lot of skill or tips or technique to learn how to show up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ken. Excuse me,
other skills.
I want to comment something. Because it's my question, I just want to tell you what I feel is such a good point that he made. He said that you should be humble, and I think that's one of the biggest things we should be, because even our idea is so great, or even if we shine so brightly, we are not so much better than someone else. So we should be humble for sure, even if we have some brightness or some good part of us. So thank you for the answer. I like that idea. I want to talk about that more, but maybe we carry on to another.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ken. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you.
Just want to hear another opinion about education from another one, please. Anyone? Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello everyone. Oh my God. I'm so sorry I'm go late. I was with Tom Anthony. I will be on the time, but I'm go late because I've just wake up. So we talk about education, right? About I'm a Vietnamese, so I know I know what happened with a student. You in Vietnamese you learn a lot. You don't you just focus on the point, how grade you have in your class, how point you have, and the parent just focus on how many grade you have. Yeah, they don't forget how you tired, how you exhausted, how you feel, and I feel very sad for that. I don't know in the Western is what happened, but I live here. I know what happened here, so I want to share with you like that. And in here, you learn at school. It's not enough. It's not enough. You must learn in touristing. But learning more and more and more in the house, and when you at a house, when you go to your house teacher house and learn more math, physical and literature, and more, and not learning in the school is not enough for you. So that's my point, and that's my point.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Okay, thank you for your idea. Oh, I saw Nhã Thi. Hello, Nhã Thi. I saw you raise your hand.
No, my sister does it. She said, I have a small hand, but she didn't have.
Okay. Okay.
Would you like to say anything about the topic?
No.
No. So what grade are you in?
I'm third grade.
Third grade.
So my battery red.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, can I say a bit about education?
Can I out first because my battery is low now?
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Your battery is out.
Yes.
Someone wants to. Who was that? Was that Hannah?
It's me.
Oh yes, go ahead. Yeah, education. You get to speak, right?
Yeah. So I was a teacher in Vietnam for a while, for over 8 years before I came to New Zealand, and yeah, so I have been working in education sector in both countries, and I can see great difference. So I just want to share my experience. So when I was a teacher in Vietnam, I could see that the students, they were, how to say, so they were a bit more passive than the students in New Zealand. So it is probably part of the culture. So the people from the Me culture, the students, they are much more independent, and they are, how to say, they are more creative, and they approach the teachers, they approach the tutors for questions, for support. But back there in our home countries, the students, they just wait for the teachers. Somehow we respect the teachers, and we don't want to make them lose face. Even, for example, sometimes we realize that the teachers did something wrong or say something wrong, but because we don't want them to lose face, we want to show our respect. So we just like live with it. So I think that's probably one of the greatest difference in terms of, you know, the learning style between students from the we and the me culture that I have noticed. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think I have the same opinion with you, because like I've been in Vietnam for a while, and then after that I studied abroad in New Zealand, and then I can see, you know, the difference between like learning style in Vietnam and especially in New Zealand. Yeah. So I think in Vietnam, like people, like teachers encourage students. So okay, be hardworking. But in New Zealand, it's going to be different. Okay, more creative. It's okay. So like, don't be shy if you are right or wrong. So, you know, say your opinion, say your idea. But maybe in Vietnam, sometimes we have, you know, the different idea from another people. But we actually we feel a little bit shy, you know, like, so like for some reason we are not like telling our opinion. Like we don't want to you know, different from, you know, lots of people in our class. So yeah, I have the same opinion with you. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Today, like just today, we spent 2 hours in the afternoon having a meeting with other college of mine. We were talking about education in Vietnam, and we actually working on the solutions, like to change the roles of the teacher, not just the teaching, it's facilitating. So it's really it's the methodology that we have been using for like our other courses as well. So we've been and we had a huge discussion about like what we can do. So it's the social context that is the that we have. It will take a great deal of effort and like strategic plan in order to be able to do something about it, but it's not an easy fix. Yeah. So it's a culture, the tradition, it's the mindset, it's just everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
One difference is the schools too. Like our school, all the kids in New Zealand go to their local school. So it's whatever school is closest. But I know when I taught in Japan, whether the kids were academic or not, it depended on the school. So the students had an exam before they got into senior high school. And so the senior high schools were ranked. So the students I was teaching, it depended on which school I was teaching at. Was it a very academic school? The kids were really quiet. Some schools I used to go to, I'd walk in the classroom and the students were all asleep. and my first job was to wake them up. So
okay,
that too was a learning for you.
Yeah. So in New Zealand it's a bit different. So in a class of 30, we don't sleep in class. Okay, we're not allowed to. Whereas in Japan schools they can sleep. Can they sleep in class in Vietnam because they've done so much homework? And can they sleep?
In Vietnam, they do sleep at lunchtime.
Oh, at lunchtime, not in the middle of the.
Post lunch 1 hour.
Not in a class.
Yeah, and we only have 5 classes a day, and students only do really 5 subjects and PE, and PE's not, you know, it's just running around. So yeah, not as many subjects.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Oh, I saw Dan. Hello, Dan. Hello.
Hello. Sorry.
Hello. Hello. Oh, I saw you raise your hand like for a while. Sorry about that. Okay.
No, it's fine. I figured you'd get to me eventually. So I thought I would give the Western perspective because I've spent quite a bit of time in Asia, and obviously being like from Canada and the US side of things, I don't think can really call it Western. Because I think that what really happens in Canada and the US is there is a lot of mixture. There's a lot of different nationalities in school, a lot of different religions, a lot of different backgrounds. And so what happens is you get a lot of different perspectives, which really helps develop, let's say, what I call critical thinking, right? Because everyone has their own ideas and their own ways of doing things. Whereas when, let's say in Asia, each country is a lot more uniform. So it's easier, let's say, to have that, let's say, like that we mentality, right? Where someone just says, this is the way it's always been, this is the way it's going to be, and that's the way it's going to stay. And for everyone to sort of fall in line, because there's just no exposure to anything else, right? But if you went to a North American school, it would be really difficult to find one where, let's say, everyone was American or actually Canadian and from the same religion and with the same sort of socioeconomic status and everything else that goes with it. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Then, are you from Canada?
Yes.
How do you know about us? Are you working in Vietnam or?
So I'm actually, I was supposed to be in Vietnam already, but obviously because of COVID, I'm stuck outside of Vietnam.
Oh, really? So you're back to Canada or somewhere else?
No, I'm actually stuck in Taiwan right now.
Oh, Taiwan. Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty close,
Okay.
but not close enough.
Close enough. Okay. Okay, thank you, Dan. So thank you, everyone. So before we back to you know, like say opinion about lifestyle, so I just invite you to play, you know, like really fun game. So just because of COVID, so we can't like travel, you know, around the world, but through our Zoom meeting today, so I will invite you to you know, traveling around the world. Okay. So
Yes.
everyone is ready?
Of course.
Okay. Just give me a moment. Yeah, so everyone, do you have the smartphone? So please go to slido.com or you can scan the QR code on the screen. If you like stop anywhere, please let me know so I can help you. So we have the pin like 569793 on the screen already.
Yeah.
Okay, scan the QR code and then put the pin on. And then you can play the games.
No, but then
I have no idea how to do that.
yeah, what?
Okay, Anthony.
Slido?
Okay, so you have two ways to doing that games. So first you go to slido.com or you can use your smartphone to scan the QR code.
QR code, yeah.
Yeah.
The best
The
way
easiest
is-
way, yeah, the best way is scan the QR code.
Okay.
Okay,
so
so
similar to Kahoot, right?
yeah, similar to Kahoot.
Yeah.
But I think Slido is I prefer using Slido. Okay, so I can see the two answers already. Yeah, only two. So things you should never do if you are visiting North Korea. Everyone know about? Oh,
meeting up with Kim Jong-un.
meeting up with Kim Jong-un bodyguards. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting for more answers.
Yeah.
Okay, only 5 answers.
And if you don't have, it's stealing the flag. Stealing anything from the hotel.
Okay, using Facebook, stealing their flag, talk something bad about Kim Jong-un, take photos. Okay, please more answering.
If you don't have, if you can't scan the QR code, you can just speak out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mention anything about Korea to North Korea. Yeah, that's right. Take photos. Yeah. Jeez.
Anyone, like, have you ever been to North Korea before?
I have a
Anyone?
North Korean haircut.
Have a North Korean haircut. Oh, it's chocolate. Oh. Oh my God, like 12 answers already.
I provided to you. That's right. Yeah.
Use camera, watch US movies. Oh.
And
more, please.
Don't expect independent travel.
13. Oh, it's a lot of answers.
Never
So
travel
funny.
alone. Take a picture of the statue's face. Okay, have a Korean haircut. Is that true or is that a joke? I'm not sure about this one.
Yes, it's correct. Yeah, Miss Nga is correct. So you can have the North Korean haircuts like Kim Jong-un.
Watch US movies. Okay, don't read articles about the country before coming in. That's absolutely right.
Watch K-pop.
You might end up getting drunk and then steal the flag. My goodness, if you don't read about it, then you'll be in trouble.
Steal anything from the hotel. Okay, I'm just waiting like maybe 1 more minute.
Say NK doesn't exist. Say you're American. I don't think
Okay.
we can say that we are New Zealanders anyway, don't we? We just say we are North Korean.
Okay. So actually we have a lot of things that we should never do if you are visiting North Korea. But actually I can see you a lot of correct answers here. So never mention about anything about Korea to North Korea. So the first thing when I search on the internet, so we all know about North Korea, but actually when you are visiting North Korea, don't call it North Korea. You need to call it by the officially named by I think it's Democratic People Republic of Korea, not North Korea. Yeah, so I think it's the very first important thing. And then of course you can't use camera, like you can't use your smartphone. And then if you are in North Korea, you can't do any international call, like from North Korea to another country. Only like domestic call during North Korea. And then so one more thing I heard from my friend, and I searched on the internet. So you are not allowed to use any like blue jeans or denim jeans, pants, blue jean or denim jean. Yeah. And stealing their flag, taking a photo with Kim Jong-un, yes, of course you are not. And then if you are North Korea, you don't expect to independent travel. You need to be on the tour of the government tour. So you can't travel alone. Yeah, okay. So thank you so much. It's really funny. Okay, so we move on to the next question. So this question, I think, is really easy for who
New Zealanders.
New Zealand.
Because we do that.
So one of the common habits of Kiwis during summer season. So if you don't know, Kiwis is the name of New Zealander. So if you ask anyone from New Zealand, where do you from? What are your nationality? They always say, oh, I'm Kiwis. So you can understand they from New Zealand. They hardly say, oh, I'm New Zealander, right? I hardly, hear anyone say, oh, I'm New Zealander. Just say,
that's why we have Kiwi Buddy.
Yes.
Good one.
Okay.
The Kiwi birds, but about us. Yeah.
Only 5 questions. Only 5. Only 4 answers.
Actually, I don't know how to answer.
You don't? Okay, you can guess. You can guess.
No, I mean, how to join this Slido? I mean, I'm not.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
How everybody's
Basically,
answering?
we
I
have a
don't know.
smartphone, and then we scan the QR code, and then we click out to the link. That's all.
If you don't have a smartphone, just go to slido.com and put the code in.
Yeah, you put a code then.
Yeah,
Still
just
need.
go to slido.com, put in the code.
After this session, I will do the tech-savvy part.
Okay, so 13 already. So our answering for this one is barefoot. So can I ask
Barefoot,
someone from New Zealand? Can you please, great.
Oh, ha. You know too, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Kids in particular, we normally wear jandals or what are they called in Australia? Flip-flops.
Flip-flops.
In the summer. But often we just take them off and, well, kids do, not adults so much, but they just go barefoot. We end up with very tough feet.
Yeah.
So, quite common.
Yeah, I think it's really common in New Zealand, especially in the summer season. So when I first came to New Zealand, and when I think I went to the supermarket in the summer, and then I saw lots of not only children but also adults as well. They're not wearing shoes, and then I saw them, and then I a little bit surprised, because it's different from Vietnam. Because if you're in Vietnam or any like Asian country, and then if you are going to the public area, and then you're not wearing shoes, and then a lot of people are gonna think, oh, what happened to you? Are you like don't have enough money to wearing the shoe, buying the shoe, something like that? But in New Zealand, it's just a normal thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just normal.
It's just normal. I think everyone like in New Zealand, maybe they prefer like the freedom, like they prefer like feeling like really convenient, comfortable, right?
That's right. But I wouldn't wear bare feet in a supermarket or not a restaurant either. Definitely not a restaurant.
No, not in the restaurant. No, of course. Okay, so thank you. So so move on to the next question. So which countries is with their bare hands?
India.
I will type it on your behalf.
See?
I know it's not only India, right?
Well, I don't know, but India for sure.
Laos.
Okay, in Laos, really?
Philippines.
Indonesia,
Brunei,
Philippines, the Philippines.
Do they? The Philippines.
Malaysia, yes. Sri Lanka, yes.
The Vietnamese eat with their bare hands when they eat chicken feet.
Yes.
Yes. Depends what food it is. Yeah, somebody said KFC.
Yeah, depends on the food. True.
Yeah.
Oh, we have like Malaysia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and India. Yes. Okay. Kurti.
Yeah.
So Kurti, can I please ask you to explain like why in India? Like I know it's not only in India, in Malaysia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and some country in the East Asian, they are not like having food with they're having food with their bare hands. Like why?
Yeah.
Can you please explain why?
Well, actually, there is some old tradition behind it that all your fingers are in association with I'm not getting the exact word, but there's a connection between the food. The food that you eat is not only with the smell, but you eat with the with your taste also, with your feel also. You're getting it with your sight also. So you use all your 5 senses when you are eating your food. So to get the best of nutrition of the food, it is better to feel the food and eat it. That is why we eat with bare hands.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Kurti. And then I have a lot of friends from India, and then when I asked them like why you guys like having that traditional, and then they told me like actually the each finger, we have 5 fingers, and then each finger is represent for like 5 elements, which is I think which is water, right?
Yes.
Space,
water, sky,
fire, earth, like sky, something like I didn't remember, but actually like it's represent for 5 elements. Okay.
Yeah, earth, water, sky. That's what I was not able to read.
Space, something, air.
Fire. Yeah,
fire.
Air, fire. Yeah.
Okay. It's good to know. because actually my major is hospitality, and then like I've been working in the hotel for like for a while, and then I can, you know, I need to communicate or interact with lots of customers like from around the world every day, so I can learn lots of culture from them as well. So actually, thank you very much, Kurti. And then we are going to the last question. Okay, last one. Okay, please put your name on it. And then you can go into the quiz. One thing that you can't find in Singapore.
Chewing gum. I don't know, but I think it's chewing gum because
I went to Singapore for a month and I know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean like you can't try bubble tea? That's what you said.
Bubble tea is really famous in Singapore. Okay, so of course it's chewing gum. You know why ngon? Can you please explain to everybody? Like
yes. So when I went to Singapore for like a month on this like summer camp, we get to go to so many places and experience a lot of things. And what I was explained to that, you know, because they really, really appreciate like cleanliness, and it's a big deal for them to keep like every public places super clean. So like if you're inside of your room, like nobody would actually like come into your room and knock on your door and be like, oh, you cannot chew gum. But once you are outside, then to prevent like chewing gum from being thrown out like anywhere on the streets or like under bus like seats or on like the subway, on like metro, or on like trains and everything like that, they just kind of forbid everyone from chewing gum in public places. And I mean, they are quite okay with it because it's not like a necessity, you know. So that's why they're okay with it, and to keep everything clean and prevent like gum from being everywhere. That's why they just not chew gum anymore. And it's also like a sense of like polite. They don't make sounds, they don't chew gum while they're in public places. People cannot hear the chewing as well, and it's keeping the, I would say, the environment clean. And yeah, that's why they don't chew gum in Singapore.
Okay, thank you so much, Ngan. Okay,
you have learned Singapore in many ways, eh?
I love Singapore. It is so clean, and everyone is they really follow the rule, and they really respect the rules of keeping their country clean. And and I think it's a great way of educating everyone to follow certain rules that will benefit the whole country. And they're really happy to do it also. Like they don't really try to chew gum in public or anything. They just not do it.
The attitude, they have the right attitude.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining the games with me. Hope you enjoy the game, and then I will just back to our last aspects about me and we culture before we finishing our event today. So how about the lifestyle between Eastern and Western cultures?
May I say something?
Yeah, of course.
So as you previously mentioned the example about me and we culture. So first you said that individualism and collectivism, I think that's correct. But then are you showing the flag to say it's the different, like me and we? Me is more the Western culture, and then we is more like an Eastern culture, right? So I may ask something before I say, do you consider Canada as a Western culture?
Canada. We have Canadians here.
Yeah, so that would be to the me culture, as you give an example, right?
I haven't give example about Canada.
So no. I'm just asking. Are you consider do you consider Canada as a me culture?
Yeah, it's my opinion. It's in my opinion.
Yeah. So
I mean, Canada is definitely more of a me country than a we country.
Yeah. So so I just want to ask something, like, because I don't know how it's happening in other province, but at least in British Columbia, I think the typical, like the example that you given is we shouldn't say it's like nowadays Western or Eastern. I think it's individual, like on the person they would consider they are themselves, me culture or we culture. We can consume that like it's the country, because at least in BC what happened is, for example, when I go on the bus and then everyone would go like younger age, they would go all to the back of the bus, and then they leave the front seat to people who disabled or with the child. And when, for example, those people get on, they really willing to help. So I think that like more a we. And then, for example, if they get off the bus, they also say thank you to the driver, that a we. And then, for example, in the morning, we busy for work, right? And then when we stand on the staircase or at the escalator, people usually stay in the left. For people who in a hurry, they could run up the escalator in the right. I think that a we culture. So I think that more of the people, how their mindset is, because if you say that the culture is like in the country, I don't think it's like I don't think that's how we should explain it, because it might lead to misunderstanding, because people decide if they are me culture or we culture. So that's what I've seen and I experienced. I don't think like, at least in BC, they Canadian, right? They all Canadian, but they're we culture. So I think you should make it like clearer, not like assume that a typical country or like Western Eastern is like,
Sorry, can I just say something? So to your point, though, I think that perhaps it's like two things in one, right? So the examples you gave with the bus or standing on one side, walking on the other, those are more manners, right? So we're aware, let's say, and we're considerate of other people. The me versus we is more like the way we go about our lives, right? So what I want is more important than what somebody else wants, if that makes sense. Like there's no collective. Like, we don't think about things in groups.
Yeah, but I think that the reason why you have that kind of manner is because it's into the mindset, because they decided that they need to do it, because they think of the others one, they think of it. So that's why I think that the mindset that make it more a we culture than a me culture. I don't say that a whole country gonna be like, oh, that country is me culture, that country is we culture. I think that individual person, they decide to be me or we.
Exactly.
I think probably like it depends on the like our approach and our perspectives as well. Like it depends. Like if you can see a country as a whole in terms of if they consider individuals as priority, or they consider like put others first. So I think probably I understand what you said here, and I also see that in Japan as well. So it's not just about the mindset of individual. It's the culture or the custom in that country that, because other people doing that, so they get into their habits. Some people obviously, like for example, people doing that for such a long time, and they just follow others because it's how it is, without questioning why. But it's if they did something differently, obviously they feel like, oh, I'm an idiot or something, like why I'm different, and because people got used to that, and they will give them like ugly look. So I think either I think this is like it's the country as a whole. It's the way they do it instead of just the mindset, because you have no choice but follow, because that's how it is.
Exactly. That's the thing that you explained about the we culture, right? You explain we culture that people try to be humble. I know, like previous we talked about it, like people want to hide themselves, because they don't want to stand out. Like you said that in a me culture, people tend to like speak what they want and they try to stand out in the crowd. And then in the we culture, we never speak up. But then you see that you also said that in, for example, they say that it's a tradition and people are afraid to do it different. Like, for example, you say that in Canada, for example, they do it as a manner. If they don't do that, people consider them crazy. So do you think that's still a me culture? Because they still don't want to stand out, because they think that they should do it for other people, and they are not thinking just about themselves. They do it because it's not gonna like disturb other people. I think that's still weak culture. I think it's in their mindset, because for example, in Canada, it's legal to use cannabis, right? But then, for example, some people, they still use cannabis, but then they gather in the right place. They do it because, you know, they think for other people, because some people really hate cannabis smell or even the act using cannabis. So they know where the right place to do it, or else other people are not gonna be like it.
Yeah, you've got some really good points. I think it's like Canada's like New Zealand, it's become very multicultural. So we've got different cultures in New Zealand now. And
yeah,
Canada
so
would
that,
be the same. So that's
so,
why. So what we have to develop is that cultural, we call it cultural competence, where we try to understand each other's cultures, but we've got a lot of tolerance for each other's cultures. So if another culture is slightly different, that's okay. We're okay with it. You know, that cultural competence, which is what we're trying to learn.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking that, because the first explaining that she gave to all the students here or all the listener here is that is a little bit like not right to say, because it will lead to misunderstanding. So yeah, I just how to say, want to make it clear, like, because he said that it's a country, but then I think that nowadays it's more than a country. It's individual mindset that you decide you are a we culture or you are a me culture. Because for example, in the US, UK, or even New Zealand nowadays, it's not only just Caucasian or like the first people, we also have Asian there. So we cannot consume that is a home country, a me culture, or a home country is a we culture. For example, foreigner, Caucasian, the first people, they also come to Vietnam as well. They want to be a part of Vietnam. Yeah, so how can we say that a home country is we culture or me culture, right?
Thing like what about, like, for example, if we yeah, I understand, like, but what about, like, for example, if we talk about some particular event, like, let's say in terms of the traffic, in terms of the like people queuing and giving way and stuff like that. So if we say it like that, right? When you look at the traffic in Vietnam, so what is your opinion, Anthony, when you see the traffic in Vietnam, like everyone trying to find their way, not giving way, not looking at other people, just because they just want, I have to be there, it's me, I have to get in there, and kind of in certain way of doing business, very cutthroat. It's not about like, looking at the left or right or someone else doing that and supporting each other, helping each other, but it's sort of like, I have to grab it for myself. You see what I mean? So it's really, if we dig down into like very particular event in that country, then obviously we have me and we, because like this is how I see, because I've been here for such a long time, so how I see things, I'm not a typical Vietnamese, but also it's very interesting for me to see the differences between like cultures and culture, and here I see like many other cultures as well. So but if we look at like just, let's say, just the traffic as I raised, that what do you see? What do you, how can you what is your comment like on that? Like Anthony, you live there, and also like Mia as well. I'm not sure, like, are you Vietnamese or where are you from? Do you live in
Vietnam? Because first of all, at the beginning of the topic, you said that a me culture is a Western, and then a we culture is more Eastern. And then you also said that because Vietnamese is Eastern, right? And then you said just support my idea. You already supported, because we cannot consume a home country is that kind of culture. It's individual, right? Yeah, you see? Oh, you also agree with that.
Yeah, no, I respect your point there.
So, you know, I'll give you a different example because this might really help out with the we thing. So, for instance, with the bigger picture things I was referring to before, if you, for instance, look at COVID, a lot of people in Canada are anti-masks, anti-distancing, anti-vaccines, essentially anti-everything because it's not what they want to do. It restricts their life and they're not thinking about everyone else or how to save other people's lives. And it's the same with politics. Everyone's voting for the party that gives them the most benefit. They're not thinking about what's best for the country as a whole or for the entire population. They're really just thinking for themselves. And I think that's a really big difference, right? Whereas chatting about where you sit on a bus is just a small gesture, which may or may not help everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point. And in New Zealand, we talk about the team of 5 million when we talk about COVID. But the other thing I think in New Zealand, we've got a very strong culture of fair play and honesty.
Anh nghĩ Việt Nam mình 4.000 mấy là đứng top đầu đúng không? Bên đó tới 6.000 mấy 7.000 điểm.
Someone else looking. Yeah. Sorry, Craig. Can you repeat?
Yeah, can you say that again?
I was just saying in New Zealand, we've got this culture of a strong culture of fair play and honesty in New Zealand. Like we don't like ripping anybody off and things like that. Like we hate it. Yeah, we make sure that tourists are all treated the same as New Zealanders. We like to look after them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas when I arrived in Vietnam, we have to be careful which taxi we take, you know, the taxi meters, that kind of stuff, and the prices are different. We just don't have that culture here. If we had that in New Zealand, that would be a headline in our newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you say, like Anthony? You've been living in Vietnam for 14 years, so how and also you're from Canada. How do you think about? Well, what do you think about the me or we culture? Like when it comes to that aspect.
I think that it's really too complex to say what aspect is a me or we culture, because maybe according to education it's one way, but according to lifestyle it's different. And I like the idea about the traffic. In the traffic, it's about me first. But why is it about me first? Because if the other person doesn't know who is first, you can die, and that's a big problem. Right? Like it's magical, the traffic in Vietnam. Immediately two people know who is the first one. Even really you cannot explain it, and it's very complex. But in traffic we have to have a me culture, because if you let someone else go, you both go and both die, and that could be terrible. So in another way, you should operate with a we culture. So this is a very, very complex topic, and if we get too worked up, then we will be very wild and crazy about who is we and who is me.
May I say something
really
on this matter?
Yes.
What I think when we discuss about like me and we culture in countries of like Westerns and Asian culture is that what we are encouraged to think and to do as individual. Like, for example, if the standard in Vietnam were to, if you get off the bus, you always have to say thank you or something to the bus driver. And as a we culture, if somebody doesn't do it, then that person has, like, we would think that, okay, they have some problems. But in Vietnam, with we culture, if we think not saying thank you is normal, and they go off to the bus without saying it, then it's normal. But maybe if I go to New Zealand, it's my choice. It's me culture. It's my choice if I want to say thank you to the bus driver. Like, I can go off without saying it, and people wouldn't judge me for my personal choice. And I think that's the difference between me and we culture in country, is what you're encouraged to do as individual. Like, you can choose to do it, or you can choose not to do it in most like Western country. And it's okay, because you're encouraged to do you. Like, you make your choices, you make your decision. You don't really have to follow like certain rules or expectation from the society. And that's your choice. while in Vietnam it's more of a we, like what they expect everyone in the society kind of have to do, you are encouraged to follow it. You are not encouraged to go against it. You are not encouraged to speak up in maybe literature class in Vietnam and tell you what you think about that specific like article. You're supposed to follow what the teachers tell you to do. And I think that's the difference between like me and we culture. It's not about do you think for others or do you not think, do you think for yourself? It's more of like what we're encouraged to do. Like, are you encouraged to think for yourself, or are you encouraged to follow like the society, always do everything for the society, follow what the societies tell you? So yeah, like there could be a better explanation from the beginning for the me and we culture, so that we don't assume that the whole country have that same culture. Of course, it's the mindset, of course, in individual, like I can be in Vietnam and I can have like a me culture and nobody can tell me that I'm this and that because I don't care. But other people in Vietnam, because other people in Vietnam care, and they care about that we culture, and they are really afraid to not be a part of that we culture. And that is why I think Chum in the beginning explained this as me and we culture in Asian country, or like the Western culture, because I think like my brother studied in the USA. I've been to Western countries, and what I can see is that they're more encouraged to just say what they think, do what they want. And I think with manners, it depends on like what you want to do. Like maybe in New Zealand, even if I get off the bus without saying thank you, I don't think the bus driver think that I'm rude. I don't think, because they would just think, okay, that's just the way she is. And if that's her individuality, like personality, then that's fine. But in Vietnam, if our standards was to, you always have to say thank you to the bus driver because it's polite, and someone doesn't do it, then that we culture will consider them as rude. Yeah, so it depends on like standards and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, not to get it mixed up.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It's this kind of a in the beginning I thought it was like a fun topic, but getting to very serious.
The problem is because if you explain it to people who don't know, they will be misunderstood. So I think we should make like a better explaining, like just like Nga just said. Yeah, you could have make it better for the explanation, or else people misunderstood it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think we just have to, like in this kind of topic, we just break into like different perspectives, different events, different scenarios, in order to and we don't judge, because you know, depends on where you come from and your background and many other factors as well, like to determine like who you are as a person and what you do if you're part of the community, or if you want to be like, okay, that's me, or just how I am. Yeah, so
but I think that since you operate a group for academic purpose, so I think you should make it like like in a more educational way, and just don't let other people misunderstand it, because it will lead to a big problem when they like, oh, they said that, so I just follow it. So I just give like advice.
Yeah, thank you very much. We take that on board.
Yeah, and but if you were a Kiwi, you'd put it like this. You did an excellent job with the topic because it made us really talk about it. That's how a Kiwi would put it.
Yeah, and how would I say that then? Sorry, what did you say? Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. So an excellent topic. That was how. That's what a Kiwi would say, because it made us really, really think about it.
Yeah, and the thing is, the key, the purpose of this setup is for everybody to speak up, raise their opinions, and we share, we learn from each other. That's why this forum is open for everybody. internationally, not just Vietnamese. So we welcome everybody and we take on board everything and we learn from one another, and that's the best way, with an open mind. So and also like I truly believe in, like, in terms of education, it's not about one thing's right or one thing wrong. It's about like how you learn, how you research, and how you analyze it, and as long as you come up with the reason, like to explain why you believe in that. So we are here like with an open mind and welcome all opinions, and the more we share, the better. That's how I see it.
I feel like we just had a small debate here. And the question is like, is me and we culture like a part of a country or individual?
Yeah, because this topic is a little it's a little bit sensible. So yeah, that's why we have a big debate.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. So by the way, the Canadian way of looking at it is the same as the Kiwi way, and I think it's just a great discussion. I don't think anyone's supposed to necessarily agree or disagree with something, and just to get different perspectives on the same issue.
Yeah. And that's the best way, like, to learn about each other. That's why, you know, we live everywhere, we are everywhere. So right now here on this forum, I don't know, unless like you have the Vietnamese name and I know you're Vietnamese, otherwise I have no idea. And even for me, like living here in New Zealand, I don't, even when even if I look at the Vietnamese, I don't even think if they're Vietnamese or they're Chinese or they're Korean or whatever. I just talk to them as another human being, and the Kiwi treated us the same way. And I even don't know, even didn't have any thought about, oh, you're Kiwi or you are what nationality you are. So it's just about like who you are, we are as a person, and then we just treat each other the way that we want to be treated. So that's where we come from. So I'm very happy like to hear like you guys
lots of opinions today,
like sharing your opinion, everything as well. And it's so good like to have Dan here. I'm surprised that I don't know how you find us. And Mia, where, are you from Vietnam or where are you from, Mia? And Felix, like the English name. So, but it's really good. I'm very happy like to have such a great group of people today. And we will share our opinion. And Kirti from India, which is awesome. And hopefully in the next event, the next week, I will try to put it out there more and get more nationality so we can have like debates and talk and
it's really funny. So actually we learn from each other, like so at the first time when I choose that topic, so I want you to share or like get a lot of experience from like lots of people around the world about the cultures. So yeah, thank you so much for your opinion. Thank you for joining today. My opinion, like for me, like I have learned a lot today. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And in order to make this better, I just wonder if you guys can share your thought like on the link that I sent to you here, and which I like to invite more other people to join to this forum and help us to come up with new ideas and make our topic better. So so I would like to post this one to the chat box.
Yeah.
Have you got the link there?
I got the link. Okay. Yeah. So I paused it on. Just give me a moment.
Yeah. Felix. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. And where's the link, Chum?
I paste over there, but I can't send the link to the chat box.
Why?
I don't know why. I can't, press the enter.
Which link are you posting?
The Facebook link. I think probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Here you go. Please check the chat box. Yeah. And then click on the link, and then on the comment, can you like give us some like feedback so that we can improve our like weekly catch up.
The good, the bad, anything else?
Anything.
Because
what do you think about the catch up? Like so like it's gonna be help us a lot to like event in the future.
So thank you very much. And Mia, thank you.
Thank you, Mia.
Okay, let's go and watch the All Blacks game now.
Yeah. Okay.
See you later.
Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
And also, if you guys insist in Shark Tank on the 16th of September.
Thank you, you guys.
Thank you.
I'd love to try next week.
Yeah, and we also have Shark Tank on the 16th of September. If you would like to join us as well on our platform.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good evening, everybody.
Okay. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
everybody.
Bye.
Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, everyone.
Greg.